loves, and welcome to the Power Posse Podcast. I'm Kristin.
I'm Stacie.
And I'm Ann.
And this is a space where women come together to power up, speak truth, and embrace every damn season of life with courage, connection, and a healthy dose of sass. We chat.
We laugh.
We cry.
And we kiss some shit goodbye. And we invite you to do it with us right here with your Power Posse.
Every month, we are going to dive into some real conversations with phenomenal women who've had what we lovingly call a spark moment, that defining, catalytic, awakening moment where everything shifted. Maybe it came in a whisper, or maybe it knocked the damn door down.
This is your safe space. No topic is off limits. No emotion is too big or too small. This is where you embrace your power and find your posse. And if you don't have one yet, don't worry. We got you.
Yes, we do. So today we are super excited to announce our guest, Jen Ford. Jen is a mom of 5, a grandma of 2, a senior transformation business consultant with Transamerica. But one of Jen's superpowers is the ability to command the stage of every show she has been in. Just in Cedar Rapids alone, she has starred in 26 productions locally, lighting up and owning the stage. You might have last seen her in Hairspray as Velma Von Tussle, Miss Maryland Krabs. Her passion for performing is evident, as is her passion for her family and friends and health. So Jen, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. So we were talking a little bit beforehand about spark moments and what your spark moment is. And you had a great kind of story at the beginning where there's been so many things, like as is in so many of our lives, so many things that have shaped us, so many spark moments that maybe led to that one giant spark moment. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to kind of take it away with you and ask if you'd like to share some of those spark moments with us.
Yeah, well, thank you. When you talk in terms of spark moments, so those, things that have really impacted your life and made you go, whoa, this is really changing me, or, on the path to changing me. Not a lot of people know this, that I was 16 when I had my first child. I got pregnant actually at 15 and had my oldest son, Michael, at I was 16 years old. And that just really, I think back to my 15, 16-year-old self and being where I was pregnant. I went to a Catholic high school.
Yeah.
I had a really great group of friends, and boy, go through something like that and you sure to speak of posse. I did not have one once the word was on the street. I didn't have, my friends left me. I didn't have.
It's awful.
I didn't have friends. I didn't have supportive administration at that school.
Yeah.
I had my family, and my parents were great. They helped me get through it. I later I changed schools. My mom ripped me out of that school, and I went to the public school in Cedar Falls. That's where I'm from. And made new groups of friends, and had to, it was just a life-changing time for me. Mm-hmm. You grow up when you have a baby. It makes you grow tremendously.
Mm-hmm.
So at that time in my life, my family was really important, and I leaned on them, and I think it's impacted my relationship with them. They helped me with Michael the first several years of his life in raising him and making sure that I could still go to college and perform, because I was performing even before I got pregnant with him, and do all of the things that I still wanted to do. So I feel very fortunate that I had 2 parents who were willing to support me and make sure that I still could be a kid, as it were.
Yeah.
But I would say that was a huge, and has impacted my life. He made me a grandma at a very young age, which those grandkids are amazing. But that has impacted
They're so
my life.
cute.
Thank you.
Gosh.
And then I have 5 children. My only daughter, Madison, when she was 15 years old, came out to me and her dad, and I've always been a huge supporter of gay people, gay rights, all of that things. But when you have a daughter, a family member, it hits just different.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And I think I've always said with my daughter, her being my only daughter, when I found out I was having a baby girl, you have visions of the wedding and the babies and, the proms and all of those things. And so at 15, when she came out, it was a little bit of, I almost describe it, and her and I have talked about this, as a little bit of a death for Matt and I. So she told us, I was supportive, but I took like 5 minutes to go out, and I remember it clearly. I went outside. It was December, so it was in the winter, and I screamed. And I just let go of that. I had to let go and let die that vision of what I thought that my daughter's life was going to look like.
Yes.
And not that she still can't have those things, and she will have those things. It's just going to be different.
Yeah.
And I knew that the road that she was headed down was going to be more difficult for her. Yeah. And how can I best support her? And so as a parent, it changed me. It was life-changing. Yeah. As a co-parent with my husband, and watching her, she was in high school, so she was bullied. She really lived a rough path for a while. And so being there for her and giving her the things, that she needed was huge and impactful. And still to this day, she still battles some of those things. That never goes away, no matter how old you are. That there are just people in this world who are never going to accept gay people. They just, and it's, I'll go to bat for her and all of my friends every day. But yeah, that really impacted my life greatly. And then I was thinking, as we get older and we have these things, I think we're always ever evolving, right? We're always there's always things in our life that change us. But I had a really, even the ups and downs of my marriage. It's not any secret that Matt and I have had our ups and downs. We got divorced in 2007. We got remarried in 2009. And then we went through another rough patch in 2017. And, I made some really poor choices. I call that the year of, I got married, Matt and I got married when I was 21. And I call 2017 the year of Jen trying to figure out who the fuck she was.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because
welcome to our posse.
All of
and
us.
I didn't make some smart decisions, and some of those decisions impacted my kids. And that is when that was the wake up for me.
Yeah.
That I had made some choices that affected my children. And I was like, this is not me. This is not the person that I want to be. And I need to make some changes. So for me, it was counseling. I not that I hadn't had counseling in the past, but I was like strict weekly counseling. Matt and I decided that he is my forever person. Although we've had our ups and downs, he's my best friend. Yeah. And so we went to counseling, and we learned a lot about each other. I mean, if you've never done couple counseling and you have a good counselor, I highly recommend it, first of all. But we got a lot of shit out there, and we learned to communicate differently and better. And we're still working on it. Every marriage is...
It's a constant.
Oh,
right?
my gosh. And there are days I know that he does not like me, and there are days that I don't like him. But I know at the base of our relationship, everything that's there. And I think, again, because we got married at such a young age, it took... that first divorce was like, I'm going to sow my royal oat. The grass is greener on the other side. Well, no, it's really not. And so yeah, I feel really solid in my marriage, which is good. But it was a crazy path to get there, and I'm still working at it. We still work at it all the time, and we have our good days and our bad days, as everybody does. But I don't know. That year was really transformational for me. Not only, trying to discover who I want to be, and the mom I want to be, and the friend I want to be, and the wife that I want to be, and all of those things. And I still work at it every day. It's, I believe that we should always be changing and learning and trying to be better than the day, before. Yep. Whether that's, I don't know. Whatever that looks like. It's different for everybody. Yeah. But I always try to wake up in the morning and think, okay, what can I do today that's going to have meaning, whether that's, with my kids or my health journey or performing in a show, all of those things. So, yeah.
Yeah, and how do you do that? Because we, we've talked amongst ourselves as well, and, another guest that we had as well. One of the things that we've heard a lot is that you might have a plan as to how you want to do that, but everybody else has another plan for you and is a lot of times very clear in sharing the way that your plan should be going. So what is it that you do, or how is it that that's affected you in you trying to stay true to who you are and finding yourself and then continuing on that path of wanting to do what's best for you and kind of blocking out all that noise from everybody else?
Yeah, I'm a person that's always willing. I really try to hear and listen, because that was one of the changes that I had to go through for myself personally, is that I don't have all the answers, or my way isn't always the right way, right? And I make mistakes, and taking accountability for those things. So I try to be the type of person that will listen to all sides of a story, because there's, I might learn something from somebody that I didn't know before, or look at it from a different perspective. So in terms of my, changing and that sort of thing, I think a lot of the things that I have done is because I've listened to other people, or, you talk about a posse. I have a wonderful group of friends. We're very tight, have been for over 20 years. And there's things that they've been through in their life that I've learned from. So I don't know. I'm open to listening to those things, but for me personally, it's just educating myself. I listen to a lot of podcasts. I read a lot of books. I just got done reading, or in the process of reading, the Let Them book. I don't know if you've read that.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is so. I mean, I've had that perspective before. I think as you get older, I used to be somebody who wanted to please everybody. Like, I am a Pisces.
Yeah.
And I'm a true people pleaser. And it was always really hard for me if somebody was mad at me, or somebody didn't like me, or and as I've gotten older and gone through some of the things that I've gone through, and also found a really solid group of women that support me and love me and lift me up no matter what, that let them theory is so powerful. Who cares? Let them say that. Let them think that. Or having a daughter who's gay, let them, because we can only control ourselves, right? And that's one of the things that I've also learned is I can only control myself. And believe me, I would love to control everything else in my life. We want to control our kids. We want to control stuff at work. We want to control so much things. Like right now I have my house for sale, and I'm like, just somebody buy it right now, because and this like, not knowing where I might live in a year is driving me crazy, but I gotta let it, let them, or let me, or all of those things. So the let them is very powerful for me. And I've been telling myself, I wake up every morning and I'm just like, let them, Yeah.
Yeah. Can you share with our listeners a little bit about the theory behind let them? I mean, it's pretty simple, let them, but can you kind of touch base a little bit more on what she says?
Well, yeah, I think it's just that, she talks about, she shares a story where it really impacted her is she has 2 daughters, and then she had a son, and talked about prom. And they went to, her daughter's going to prom, and how they planned things out, and everything was plan, and to a T. And then her son decided, like, the week before prom, I think I want to go to prom. And so she was freaking out, because there was like, okay, but what are you going to eat? And what are you going to wear? And, what are you going to get a corsage for her? Yeah. And he was just very like, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And she tried so hard to control the evening. So the girls showed up, and he didn't have a corsage and the mom like secretly brought a corsage, because he was like, Mom, I don't want the corsage. I don't want the corsage. She doesn't want a corsage. Don't bring the corsage. And she brought it. And so when she started putting the boutonniere on him, Mom brought out the corsage, and the girls, she brings out her own that she had made herself.
Oh.
And so, Mom felt like a dumbass.
Yeah.
So it was just, that really hit her, like, that whole thing. And then they wanted to go to a Mexican restaurant. And they're like, she's like, why do you want to go to a Mexican restaurant for prom? Like, what the heck? And, she just had to let go. And so it's just this whole theory of who cares? That back to the control, right? So I can control me. Yeah. I can control what I do, the decisions I make, how I react to stuff. I cannot control anybody else, right? Or circumstances. And I think that's a really hard thing for us to learn. And I battle that every day. Like, just let it be, let it go. If you believe in a higher power, putting it to a higher power. I mean, all of those things. I meditate often. I find that helps. I'm an avid exerciser. I either run or I walk, and both of those things are my kids know. They've asked before, and I'll say, you can come walk with mom, but not very often because they know that this is mom's time to go, and that's where I just get my mental clarity. I listen to podcasts or I listen to music, and that alone, that part of my health journey has been tremendously helpful in guiding me on the pathway that I'm on today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you think about that too, you said letting other people, not controlling what they want to do. I mean, if you think about how difficult it is to change something about yourself that you don't like, like trying to change that for someone else is damn near impossible. Yeah. And if you really look at it, why would you want to expend all of that energy wanting to do that rather than maybe focusing on yourself? And I think it's a lot of times we think it's easier, right? It's like, well, I can fix that for them and then I don't have to fix this for me. And it's just, you're exactly right. It comes back and smacks you.
And that's what she says in the book, right? She's found that now that she has let go of those things, she does have more time to focus. She's not worried about like this person over here or doing, it's like my husband tends to be, so our twins had a couple friends over the other night, and they were downstairs. We have a basement that's all finished, and they were down there doing boy crazy things, playing hide and seek and stuff like that. And he is like going crazy, like, they need to stop. They're gonna wreck stuff. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, let them. Just let them be kids. Like, he, but he grew up in a totally different household than I did, right? So, so he's very like, and even my all my kids are like, Dad's a little bit harder, where mom's kind of like, but what does it hurt, right? There's nothing down there that can really, really hurt. They could hurt themselves, I suppose. So I said that. I said, just let them, right? So we can't, let our kids, and if you have less worry about those things and you can focus on the things that really matter, whether that's, your work or yourself or, spending time with friends and family, those types of things.
Absolutely.
It sounds like you've done a lot of work on yourself.
Yeah.
A lot of, kind of personal development kinds of things. And you've mentioned a couple different things that you say to yourself. Do you feel like you have like a mantra, or do you feel like there are a few things that you say to yourself kind of on a regular basis? Does that change over time? Is there a specific one that is just like always there or present with you?
I have two that really, that I feel like have been part of my life for a long time. My mom, when I was growing up, always said, "This too shall pass," and I have said that, and it's so true. It's like even when life feels like it's at the worst that it could be, it does pass. Better days do come. And then I was many years ago in a Weight Watchers meeting, and they asked us to like write down something that is inspirational for you. And she said one of her own, and it was, "I can do hard things." And so I wrote that on a sticky, and I put it on my mirror, and it's still there years later. I have it taped up there, and it's all tattered and whatever. But and I look at that every morning and know that, this may be hard, but I know I can do that. I've done hard things. I've lived through some hard things. I can do hard things. I got this.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That helps you believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That you have that belief that I can do this, that I'm capable.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
Did you talked about that you had a Power Posse?
I do. I'm very fortunate.
Yeah, and you said you've had that since, your family.
Yes. So younger.
Initially.
Yes. Younger.
So talk about your different Power Posses kind of out over time and just how they have supported you and shaped you in your journey.
Yeah. I mean, my parents, obviously, when you go through something as life altering and changing, because it wasn't only impactful to me, it changed their lives.
Absolutely.
Right. They were 40 years old, becoming grandparents.
Yeah.
And parents, because they helped raise him. So, they've always been my biggest cheerleaders. I mean, in terms of my performing, my mom, she tells the story quite frequently, but when I was younger, I sang all the time. Like I just would sing around the house, sing in the car, blah, 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 blah. And we never really got into it until, do you remember in like the late 80s, early 90s in the malls, they had those like recording studios?
The kiosks.
Yes.
Yeah, they could just go in. And so we went to the mall every Friday night, and my parents would eat at Bishop's. We'd eat at Bishop's.
I love
and then
Bishop's.
Yeah. Oh my God, I miss Bishop's.
That
That's
pie.
my first
So
job.
good.
I love Bishop's.
Oh, you worked there.
I worked there.
Oh my gosh, that would be dangerous.
After you
my
work there a while,
God.
though, the smell, like I'd come home and it's really smelly. Anyway, so my mom would go shop around like at Seifert's and Yonkers and da-da-da-da. And so they had one of those. And so I was like, I'm going to go in here and just see what this is all about. And so the gal that was running it, her name is Lise March, and she is actually the sister of Tina's
Oh, yeah, Tina
husband,
March. Yeah.
Mike, Mike, his sister.
Oh,
It's
my
just
gosh.
a small world.
Funny.
And I was talking to her, and so she goes, and go in and sing a song. And so I think I did The Rose, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
And my parents come.
Bette Midler.
Yeah. My parents come walking by, and my mom's out there like, what's going on? Or who's that singing? And then she was like, that's her daughter singing. And she's like, no, that's not my kid. So once my mom heard me in that studio, Lise, I started taking lessons from her, and that's kind of, my mom's, and then I did the whole like Bill Riley State Fair, singing at all the state fairs.
Oh my gosh.
I made it to I was
Love
the
it.
top vocalist in this year of the flood, 93. Yeah, 93. But she's always been a huge supporter of theater and the music and all of that. And then so I'm from Cedar Falls. I moved here in 1999. Matt and I came here and didn't know anybody.
Yeah.
He worked at Von Maur at Lindale, and I worked at Von Maur at Westdale.
Sweet. I worked at Von Maur in Iowa City.
Did you?
In the
Von Maur's
90s.
the best.
Right.
Von Maur's the best.
So cool.
But working at Von Maur, I met this lovely girl. Her name at the time was Lindsay Dearland. And she, we worked together, and she is a lovely, lovely, lovely lady. But she's like, have you, you sing, huh? Yeah, you sing? And I was like, yeah, I sing. I like to sing. And she's like, we should audition for this thing called Follies. And so I did. And did Follies, got into it that year, and met some amazing people. And 4 of those women that I've done Follies with and then theater with are like my posse. We've been together since, my first Folly was 2001. So yeah, 23 years that we've been together. And all of us have had our ups and downs, right?
Yeah.
But and we've had one that's moved away. Jen Becker, she's living down in Missouri now. But we haven't we were texting yesterday, so we still lean on each other and throw out text messages when stuff's going well and stuff's going not so well. So I don't know what I would have done these last 20 years without those women. They're amazing, amazing women. I'm so grateful.
yeah.
Yeah. How does having those friendships, how has that helped you as you've grown along on your journey?
I think the most, you can always, a good friend when they're proud and excited with you. So especially being in the theater community, like we have had many times where we might both be going for the same part,
right,
or called back for the same part. But when you can be happy for each other or lift each other up and not be pissed because, oh, she got the part I wanted, or blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
And that's the kind of friendship. It's like they want to see you. They want to see you shine. We want to see each other shine. We there's no vindictiveness or competition or any of that. It's true, like wanting to see us all be happy and at our best, and really there to just lift each other up and help each other to be the best versions of ourselves that we can be, and be there to support each other if one falls, or praising when they're, life's going well.
Yeah.
I don't know if that answered your question.
Absolutely.
No, yeah, absolutely.
You're for each other, no matter what.
Yeah. We are each other's cheerleaders, and I know that no matter what, they'll always be in my camp,
And that does help shape you, because it gives you a trust in friendships. It gives you a trust in yourself.
Right.
And therefore it gives you a trust in the way the world works.
Right.
Because you can look at things in a better way, because you know that there are good people out there
Absolutely.
who are behind you no matter what.
Yeah.
So
and I feel blessed to, because sometimes in a lifetime to find 1 or 2 really good friends, but I found 4. And I have I have good friends beyond but they're my core 4, and I feel so blessed. And my husband tells me that all the time. He's like, "You're so lucky. Do you know how fortunate you are?" And I said, "I know.
Yeah.
I know I am.
Yeah.
You know."
Yeah. And I mean, we've talked about that before too, just amongst ourselves, is that, when you have that core group too, it's not always, happy and puppies and rainbows and roses. Like they'll call you out on your stuff too.
And I expect that.
Exactly.
I want that. If I'm not being realistic or I'm being a bitch or I'm being any sort of way, I want to be called out.
Yeah.
As I would do the
For
same,
them.
like, hey.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Absolutely.
And that has not always been that way, I will say. Like it has taken, I think it takes, because you have to build up that trust and you have
cultivate
to,
it.
you have to be where you can be at the point where you're like, I'm going to say this and it may hurt your feelings, but it's coming from a place of love. And that, you have to learn and fill people out and be like, okay, if I do, so, but we've gotten there, but it's taken time.
Yep.
Yeah, it takes time to develop that depth and that trust.
Yep, trust, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Love it. Yeah, what's something you tell a woman out there who's listening, who's going through or has gone some of the things that you've gone through? And when you talked about your different spark moments, and even just where you're at now, what is something that you wish someone would have told you during some of those times?
Oh, that's a good question. That it's going to get better. Be open. Don't be afraid to change and just be you. Like stop trying to control everything and just let some stuff go. And know that it's going to be okay and have faith in yourself. That's the other thing is that I think as we grow is loving ourselves, right? I think that, there are times in my life where I did not love myself.
Right.
And I've gotten to the point in my life where, God damn it, I love myself. And I'm not going to let anybody else change that. I love who I've become. I love who I am. I'm proud of myself. And I'm not afraid to say, I feel like we as women are so afraid to say that, so afraid to say that I'm proud of the things I've done. I'm proud of my kids. Yeah, it's not always been perfect. I've not been a perfect mom, but I'm proud of who they are. I'm proud of the job I did because, God damn it, it was not always easy.
Yeah.
And we have to be able to first and give ourselves grace for one, because we have a hard time with that too. Like, stop, hold it, give yourself some grace.
Yep.
And know you're doing the best damn job you can. Like it's, and love yourself. I think life changes so much when you can wake up and say, I love who I am. Yeah, I'm not perfect. I take myself with the good and the bad. Like I know I'm working on myself. And as long as you're constantly working on yourself, like that's, and always looking for ways to be better, whatever that might look like. But loving myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sounds like it's taken you going through some really hard things to get there, though. And having that, the support kind of all the way through. Like, it sounds like you've had some people behind you always.
Yeah.
And that's not to say that, you haven't had people who haven't supported you, because of course we all have that.
have
We know
that
it's,
too. Yeah.
But having that, do you feel like that has kind of gotten you to where you are as far as accepting yourself and loving yourself?
Yeah, I do. I mean, it's funny because my posse, we've all have different seasons of our lives. It seems like our lives ebb and flow in that, like, somebody may be going through this with kids. So now our kids are grown, but this person still has kids at home, or this person's going through a divorce, or this person's getting married. It's been lots of different things at different parts of their lives. But yeah, I mean, my family and my friends, I've been very fortunate to have such great support. And yes, they have absolutely shaped who I am today, and I'm grateful for that. But I also, I'm also proud of myself because some of those things I've done on my own. Yeah. I mean, going to counseling and putting in the work with that, and the journaling that I do, and the reading that I do, and the
meditation,
the all
space
of that.
you give yourself.
It's work. So I would say it's a combination of both.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm so fortunate to have my besties.
Yeah.
And a husband. I am so fortunate to have a husband who supports me through all of the crazy things that I love to do. I'm not a like sit. If you didn't tell, I'm not like a just sit and do nothing person. I'm always doing something. And he's very, very supportive in that. Sometimes I think he would say, would you just sit the fuck down? Like, just sit down. Because I'm like, what about this? I have been diagnosed formally with ADHD. But I'm just dealing with that. Was not shocking to me that when I was diagnosed with that. She's like, I can give you medication for that. I said, I'm going to try to see if I can control it on my own. There are days where I'm like, oh. But doing things like theater, like exercise, all of those things keep me grounded and, let me put my energy in those places. But he is amazingly supportive, especially with all my theater stuff. I mean, I just recently did 2 shows back to back.
Yeah.
That's tough. We still have, if
and
we
you
don't
were
have kids
awesome.
Amazing.
Thank you. You're so nice.
Yes.
But it's a lot.
That was a lot. Yeah.
It's a lot
I
for
was
you.
gone for like 4 straight months. And it's hard on my kids too, right?
Yeah.
But they know how much it means to me, and I'm so grateful for that I have that support. And my friends, my girlfriends are so supportive of all that stuff. So
Yeah.
That's awesome. But also doing that also helps you to be the best version of yourself.
yeah,
Yes.
I think I am a better mother and a better wife if I have that outlet.
Yes.
When I have that outlet, that creative outlet to go to.
Yep.
Yes.
I come home and the time I'm with them is more valuable to me. I'm getting to release that and be that part of me that I love. It's such a huge part of my life.
Yeah.
Just performing in general and music and all of that. And they know that. So I'm just a better person all around if I'm able to do that stuff. So
to do those things that really bring you joy.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's
you
awesome.
all know.
Yeah.
You all know.
Yes. So shall we lighten things up now?
We shall. We have some fun questions for you too.
Okay.
So I get to start with this is my favorite question. So what is your favorite, if you have one, what is your favorite swear word?
Oh my God, fuck. That's my absolute favorite. My kids, they're so funny because like they'll have their friends or whatever, and I'll say about it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, and they're like, Marma, our parents swear. Or my nieces stayed with us for a whole week. I had them for 9 days and 4 girls, which was awesome. I loved it, but I'm like, fuck, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. We swear in this house, and then they're like, our dad swears all the time. That's right. It's my brother. So I'm like,
Because you can use it for so many things.
I
Like you
know.
can draw it
very
out. It
versatile.
can be like short. It can be frustration.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many ways that you can use
my
that
dog
word.
shits on the carpet. Fuck.
Yeah.
Like drop something on my toe. Fuck. You're absolutely right.
I feel like it can be an exclamation of joy
Yeah.
too.
It can.
Yes.
It can be
Absolutely.
Yeah.
oh my gosh,
I fucking love you.
It's perfect. It's the perfect word.
It really is my favorite word. I wish it wasn't like, I wish you could say it and not be like, so much
Right.
fun.
Well, who decided that? Who decided we can't say it
Right,
without
it's just a
everybody getting all
word.
It's
bent
really
out of
hard
shape?
when you do a show
just a
with
word.
kids. We did Fun Home. We were like, because we had 3 children in that show. It was like, oh, language, I mean, we would tell them and they were like, we don't care. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, okay. Their
just a
parents show up.
word.
So sorry.
Well,
Good
Okay,
one. I
so-
think we all agree on that one. Yeah.
That's a good one.
So, besides saying fuck, what brings you peace, hope, or joy on days when the world seems to be too much?
My kids and my kids, like my kids, my grandkids, and my dogs.
Your cutie Frenchies. Oh my God, they're
Love
so
my
cute.
dogs bring me so much joy.
So cute.
Definitely those things. But then if I am having a bad day or I'm feeling low, getting outside and hitting the pavement does it every time.
nice.
Yeah.
A walk
Or a meditation.
or a run.
Yeah, or a meditation. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. And you said you listen to music or podcasts.
Oh yeah. So like if
And they
it's a
get you
bad
going,
like if
too?
I'm running, I have a run mix.
Nice.
And it's, sometimes heavy metal, or if I'm like feeling really like strong woman, some Beyonce or some, Pat Benatar.
Yes.
Love it, Pat.
Joan
Love
Jett. Yeah, I have different songs that I'll listen to when I'm running. When I'm walking, podcasts. I listen to a lot of podcasts, mostly health podcasts. I do like a good Murderino podcast,
Nice.
Yeah. My Favorite Murder. If you've not watched that or listened to that one, it's really
I
good.
have not.
No, I haven't
Oh my
heard that
gosh,
one.
it's so good. My Favorite Murder. There's these 2 women. They're hysterical. they're hysterical. You have to listen to it. It's really
My
good.
favorite murder. Okay. Because I watch, Only Murders in the Building, which, that whole premise was, started supposedly on a podcast, blah, 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 blah. And that's so good. So, yeah, I'm kind of like falling into these whole like murder genre kind of ones.
Look up My Favorite Murder. They started in like 2016 or 18. I can't remember.
My favorite murder. I love
Yeah,
that.
and so they just talk about murders, but they make it fun. They say fuck a lot.
Yeah.
These two
You can
women.
just chime in with it.
Yeah,
It's so
it's
good.
great. It's hilarious. They're hilarious.
That's amazing. And then our last fun question is, do you have a battle cry? What is your battle cry? That fierce phrase that gets you out of bed and back in the game, or
I think we
get you
talked
going.
about it. Like, I can do hard things. I can
Okay.
do fucking hard things.
Yeah.
Nice.
I fucking can do hard things.
yes.
Fuck, I can do hard things.
It works great every time.
Awesome.
That's probably it for me.
That's awesome. Well, Jen, as you know, we think that you are definitely power personified.
Well, thank you.
And we're so proud to know you and so proud of you. And thank you so much for coming on today
thank
and
you
for
for
sharing
having
our
me.
stories. Yes, thank you for being part of the Power Posse today. We definitely know and think that you are an incredible inspiration. And to our listeners, we just want to remind you to remember to own your power. Find your posse. And if you don't have that posse yet, remember, we got you.
Don't forget to subscribe, share this with your girls, and check out the show notes for resources, links, and ways to connect. Be sure to leave us a rating or review on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you might be listening. It helps more badass women find us.
This episode was produced by Logan Schultz and Upload Media Group. Learn more about them at uploadmediagroup.com. Thank you, Logan.
Thank you, Logan.
Thank you, Logan.
And to our listeners, always keep your sparkle. And we can't wait to be with you next time on the Power Posse Podcast.